All right, so we are back in NoMansSky, and yeah, it's been a very long time since I did a NoMansSky video. I think it's almost 2-3 months. The last video that I did was an orbital base tour, where I took you guys through my orbital base, and I was showing you, the cooler stuff that I built. So this is actually not the base that I showed you in my previous video. So this is a brand new base, very small, very humble base that I recently built. And yeah, so stick along and watch this video to the very end if you want to find out how to build orbital bases. So I've got news for you guys. So I think the very first thing that you guys might need to know is the fact that if you've perhaps maybe watched other videos from other YouTubers explaining to you that when you want to build an orbital base like this one, you have to essentially, find a place and then put a camera, a base computer on there, and then of course when it zooms out, then you drop a landing pad. So I've got news for you, that's no longer possible, right? Reason why is because now, as you can see, if I can come straight to my to my building mode, and then I just get into my building camera, you'll be able to see that okay, of course I do need a few elements. So I need metal plating. Let's just get the metal plating. Missing components. All right, let me see. So what I'll do first is, let me essentially just destroy this base, because we don't need this base like at all. I'm gonna show you how to rebuild this entire base from scratch. So I just need to get myself some of the components that I had previously used when I was essentially experimenting and trying to build this. All right, so let me just quickly delete some of these elements so I can get my components back, and then we'll be underway and building this base again from scratch. All right, let's just remove as much of the elements as we can, get much resources. All right, that should be enough. All right guys, so as I was saying, if you try to build, right, so you go on ahead, place your base computer, and it's scanning the archives to try and capture your base for you. At some point when the camera stops, the trick there was to then immediately get into a building mode, and then you can access a landing pad like this. Then you can just drop it mid-air. Then after that, you can just fly with your starship, come and land onto your landing pad, and then you can start building a base, right, in low orbit essentially. So that was the very quickest way of doing it. But as you can see now, with the new upgrades within NoMansSky, it is no longer possible to just place a landing pad in mid-air without it being attached to some sort of structure, right? So as you can see, that means that quicker way of building low orbital bases has been removed. So I don't know why they did this, but it seems like the NoMansSky team, perhaps they don't really value or they really don't want players to create low orbit bases. I think they want you to create bases on the planet itself. So yeah, but there is still a workaround. So I also found out that you can still build using the traditional way, which is what we're gonna do now. So the first thing that I'm gonna do is I need to go down. So let me just maybe perhaps get into my starship. Strange. Okay, I don't know why it's not showing me. Okay, as I was dropping, that's when it allowed me to do that, to get into my starship. Anyways, so what I need to do now is to go down and delete that base computer, and then I'm gonna show you guys a guide on how you can build a low orbit bases from the ground up, right? Like literally from the ground up. So that's what we're gonna do now. So let's get into it. Oh, come on, land this thing. All right, so because I had built this base, I did use my components, and what I need to do is I do want to travel. So I'm just going to quickly go on ahead and delete this existing base. Perfect. That means we can now rebuild the base on the exact spot, on the same spot, right? So yeah, there we go, guys. So here's what I'm going to do now. I'm going to show you how to build a low orbit base. So the first thing that you want to do is you need to find an airless planet, right? Because airless planets are very good in the sense that, as you can already see, by you just being on the planet, it actually feels like you're already out of space, right? So it's much easier for you to build a base without even like building that high up, and your base instantly will have that illusion or that feeling like it's already like, you know, within low orbit. So here's what we're gonna do. We're just gonna enter our building menu, and I'm gonna place a base computer right over there. That's the very first step. So actually second step. So first step, find an airless planet, land on it, scout a new place where no one has built a base, and then check on your base computer. And then what we're gonna do is we're gonna claim this landmark as our base, right? So that's the second step. Yeah, there we go. No prior claims on this site. So now, yeah, cool. All right, that means we can claim this place, right? So this was the previous way. So what you would then do is you would then go and get yourself a landing pad, but you can see that it's no longer possible to do that, right? That means we have to build our base like from scratch. So what I'm going to do is I need to access some of the elements that were in my some of the elements that were in my other bases. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to check on this storage container. I believe I should have, is it a storage container? I don't think it's a storage container. No, it's not a storage container. It's base salvage capture. So essentially what I need is to access all the other elements from my previously deleted bases. So that's what I'm going to go and do now. And as you can see, I have so dismantled base components in the inventory. So I've got a lot of this, so I'm going to move that back. Okay, there we go. So I'm just going to take all of these elements so that I can be able to reuse them. Oxygen, that's gold, that's paraffinium. So I don't really need these two elements to build a new base, but I managed to get enough. So we have copper, magnetized ferrite. Let's see if we have chromatic metal. We have enough silicon powder. All right, so I think what we might just need to do is we might just need to get enough silicon powder. So how we're going to do that? So I just need to go on ahead and mine by just drilling. So I'm going to increase the size by pressing T. If you press R, you can make it smaller, but to mine on a bigger space, I'm just going to press T, and then just like that, I'll be able to mine quite quickly and get a lot of, like, you know, resources, because the hole that I'll be drilling into the ground is massive. So I just need to get maybe like 1,000 of this silicate powder, because I'm going to be using it to build walls. So the strategy that we're going to use now is we're going to build walls going up right into outer space. It's kind of a bit tedious work, but guys, that's the only way we can do it now that they have, now that NoMansSky team have mitigated the bug that we were exploiting initially to build low orbit bases. You know, they have mitigated that, so it's not really possible. So we have to build it straight from scratch. Okay, I just need to make 1,000 silicate powder, and then we'll be good to go. So we're already on 600, and oh, fancy! All right, what's that? Seems like I managed to drill underground, and there's some planets here. Sorry, some plants. And some resources. I don't really need them at the moment, so I'm just gonna ignore that and focus on the task at hand so that we can keep this video short. I know that you guys are not here to watch me mine resources, you're just here to essentially get the tutorial and just enjoy the base building, so we'll focus on that instead. and like that we have now reached 1,000. Okay, all right. So I'm also going to take my resources here. So essentially what you then need to do is you can just find any place where you want to start building from. So I'm just going to start building here where it's slightly higher, and I'm just going to go on to my stone structures, because stone structures are what's going to use silicate powder, and I need to build just a wall, right? So let me use the thin wall because it only takes up like 10. So if you press B on your keyboard, if you're on a PC, it will enter the building camera. So now I'm just gonna start building. So this is how we're gonna do it. So we're just gonna build, stick up these walls, going all the way up, all the way up, all the way up. And then once we reach there, we're just gonna move up with our building camera. And then we're just gonna continue sticking up the walls. So we're gonna stick up these walls until we can feel that, you know, maybe, yeah, we have reached the limit of our building camera like twice. So like right now, you can see that if I try to go up, this is the white lines that show me that I've reached the limit of my building camera. That means I need to jetpack and come all the way to this new level, and then I can start building walls again from here. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna chuck on a floor panel right at the very limit of my building camera. So I'm just going to chuck on a floor panel right around here so that I can jetpack and then I can come and land over there. All right. Another trick is that when you jetpack and you're facing a wall, you'd see that there it will not use up any of your jetpack fuel. So you want to jetpack when you are facing a wall instead. And then just like that, we have reached the top. So what I'm going to do now is enter again my building camera, get the wall, enter the building camera mode, and then we're just going to continue building up. So that's what we're going to do. So we're just going to build these walls until we get to a point where it's like we do feel that we are high enough and we can see the planet and we've got that view of the planet. Then we know that we are sort of in low orbit and that's what we're gonna do. So that's the trick, right? And yeah, so we've reached the limit again. So I'm just gonna build a second wall here so I can be able to attach my floor panel. So there we go. I'm just gonna chuck on the floor panel right over there. This is now the trickiest part because I need to be able to jetpack while I'm facing the wall, but the wall only ends here. Then moving to this side of the wall is then gonna make me not face the wall. So my jetpack will be using fuel now. What I could try and do is I could try and just build a second floor panel right there. And then I'll just come, make sure that I'm standing right against the wall. And then I'll jetpack right up. So this will allow me to jetpack without wasting any fuel. And then once I reach the end, I just control, and then now I'm all the way up here. Perfect. So let's have a look, guys. Yes, so you can see already, you know, like I'm already very, very, very high. But maybe let's do this one more time so that we can really get that outer space look. All right. Actually, let me build my wall right where I'm standing. Right, I think it's much more smarter that way, and quicker. All right, so let's go on again. So yeah, it is a bit tedious work, but I mean the end result is what we're going for when you are gonna get your low orbit base. Well, yeah, we're gonna call it low orbit base, but it's not really gonna be in low orbit, but actually technically it is, but yeah, anyways, just take my word for it and yeah, continue building. So it is a bit tedious, but it's gonna be rewarding very soon. So yeah, let's plug on another floor panel. No, not here. So move that to the very top, and then we can duplicate that and right there. I'm gonna chuck on that floor panel right to, yes, no, it's at the back. Okay, right there. Perfect. All right. And then the work continues. We need to be able to jetpack while we are facing the wall, directly against the wall. And we're just gonna jetpack all the way up. There's our floor panel. And then, okay, we land on that. Okay, let's see how high we are now. All right, we're pretty high. So I can already start building my base right about here if I want to. But for the sake of just taking it a little bit extreme, I think I'm just gonna build one more layer going up, right? So I'm just gonna do that one more time and build slightly higher than where I'm currently at, so that my base really feels like it's in space. But again, you can already see that the beauty of building on an airless planet is that you don't even need to go high with your wall. So once you build a wall that's maybe just about 2 lengths of your base limit, vertical length or height, let me put it that way, you should be actually starting to get that look and feel as well, like your base is already in space, right? So you don't even need to build too high because you're building on an airless planet. The downside is if you don't build on an airless planet, it's gonna make your base just feel like, you know, it's I don't know, built like in a tree or something, but not really in space. All right, cool. Now we're just gonna go right against the wall. We face the wall again, and we're gonna jetpack. All right, easy peasy. All right, and then we're just gonna control. All right, I think I'm happy with where I'm at now, guys. If you guys want to continue building up higher, you can do that. Certainly is possible. So you can continue just staking up your walls. So I think we've done this like 3 or 4 times now, and I think I've got a really good height where we are. I think we are at a pretty good altitude. So I'm gonna build my base maybe right from around there. So what I'm just gonna do is I'm just gonna chuck on a few floor panels. Enter the building mode. So it's only possible for me to chuck on floor panels because they're attached initially to the wall. But after chucking on these floor panels, I can actually come and delete these walls that are holding these, and of course nothing will fall. So this is essentially the trick. So you build, and then after that you go and you delete that entire wall. So now what I need to do is I need to just attach now a landing pad next to those floor panels, right? Then I'm gonna be able to just use my starship and then come and be able to just essentially land right in outer space. So again, you cannot put this in air, you have to put it on top of a floor panel. Strange, I don't know why NoMansSky did that, but you know, we have to work with what we've got. So I'm just gonna rotate it a bit so that it's perfectly aligned with where I want it to be. Yes, I think this is good. So now I can actually fly with my starship and then come land right over there. But for now, what I need to do is I need to now go back and delete all the walls. Again, you can actually also enter building camera here, delete all the walls, but I'm still stuck in space because that's, you know, a bug that we're actually, you know, exploiting. So the physics within the game would not really make you fall if you delete, you know, the flooring that you are currently standing on. You will just remain floating in space. But now if I exit the building camera and then I just try to move forward, you can see I'll start falling. The physics will then kick in. So that's what we're gonna do. And then now I'm just gonna try and land right on top of these walls. Okay, perfect. And then again, enter my, okay, cool, there's a wall right above me that I need to delete. There we go. And then we're gonna continue deleting all of these. So because I mean, we want our base to be floating, not to be, you know, supported by a pillar that's coming all the way from the ground. That's not really technologically advanced for what we're trying to do. Okay, there we go. Again, now we need to make me fall again, and then I need to land on that. There we go. Then I'm falling. All right, there we go. That actually hurt me pretty bad. Okay, again, let's do that. So yeah, just bear with me, guys. Just shortly we're gonna start building the actual base itself. Right now we are doing the groundwork. This is very necessary for us to build that base. All right, I think that's the last. Really good. There we go. Perfect. So that's the last of it, right? So if I want, I can actually move my base computer like that, right? And then I can move it all the way up to where I'm at, right? But I don't think it's necessary, right? I can move it, right? So I can move my base computer and then go all the way up to where I'm at. And then I can also just maybe place another floor panel here, and then I can jetpack, floor panel, jetpack, yeah, and then continue with the process. So without a wall, you can still jetpack and continue going up, right? So you just wait for your fuel to reload, and then you can continue going up. But I'm not gonna do that because it's gonna waste a lot of my time. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna quickly go on, get into my starship, and then fly all the way up into outer space. Okay, now we just need to go and land onto that landing pad that I chucked on. There we go. Now, as you can see, right, we are already in space. So yeah, that's pretty much all you need to do. From here onwards, it's just gonna be quite straightforward, guys. So let me exit out. From here onwards, very straightforward. I'm just gonna chuck on some floor panels. Maybe let me chuck on starting from here, then one more here. Actually, I don't need to. Maybe what I need to do is let me just build from here instead. So face down, go all the way up, put some nice flooring so that we can have a foundation to build our base on top of. Yeah, actually, I think what I need to do now is let me actually just build a simple pathway, and then the actual base itself is going to be actually made of levitating components, right? So what I need to do is let me chuck on these pre-made square rooms. So let me attach one right about here. Okay, let's position it nicely. I think it's perfect. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna chuck on a door. We're gonna be able to access it. And then I'm gonna chuck on some straight corridors. Yeah, let's do that. So the design is going to be more like an international space station. Let's do that. Just gonna chuck on that. And then we might want to put a glass dome right on top of that just to make it look cooler. And then let's continue with the corridor, right? So we're just gonna do that. I think that's about far enough. Then I'm gonna attach another room at the very end, another glass dome on top, and then I think let's just round it up. I think we can let's see, how is it gonna look then? How's it gonna look? I think we can just create another straight path that comes all the way straight to. Is that gonna look cool though? I want it to look sort of like alienish. Okay, I don't have enough resources anymore, so what I need to do is I need to come and refine some more. Wait, what was that? I needed pure ferrite, so I have to refine the ferrite dust into pure ferrite. That's what I need to do. Cool. Let's recharge this. So the ratio is a 1-to-1 ratio, so I need about 150 to build another dome, maybe a few more to build the external corridors, right, to then connect the rest of the items. So perhaps let me refine at least about 350 pure ferrite from my ferrite dust. Right, I think I have enough. So let's put this back. Perfect. So now we can continue building. I need another square room. I think where I wanted to build it was, oh, you know what would look cooler? What would look cool is if I can essentially build another corridor. How many here? We have 3 joint corridors, so I'll build another 3. That's pure ferrite, and then I'll put another glass corridor right about here, and then we can build more of these. I don't have enough, so let's move these. How many? I've got 3 there. I've got about 4 right over here, so I'll move another one, and then I'll destroy this. Okay. Do I have enough? I don't have enough, so I need to go and refine more. Yeah. Okay, so I tried to reverse engineer this, but it seems like I cannot do that. So put this back in my suit. And then I'll refine more of my ferrite dust. Alright, I don't have more ferrite dust here. I was really hoping that I had some. Alright, that's enough, that's fine. I think let's just get what I have. I've got 208, that should be enough to build another room. So let's go and find out. Cool. All right. I think I'll move this right over here like that. And yeah, I think that I think this is pretty cool. I think it's looking good. And then just to top it off, I'll make it. Okay, no, that's not looking really symmetrical. So what I'll just do now is I'll try to come and build another pathway straight from, come on, a touch too close to my starship, so it won't allow me to essentially build. Right, but I'll get around it. So what I'll do is I'll try and build from, yeah, let's just go around it. Okay, and then we'll continue building just like I have done on the other side, and then we'll come back, just delete. I think I can actually leave this right here. Yeah, it's fine. And then I can get rid of that and that. Yep. Perfect, guys. So I think we're good. I think we're good for now. Right. I think we're good. This is just to show you how to build the base. We're not really trying to make it look a lot prettier than this. I think we've done enough. Can I put a door? There we go. Now I've got a door on either side. So yeah, that's decent. That's looking good so far. It's nothing fancy. And then from here, we're just gonna put on maybe like a ramp so that we don't fall off if we are walking. So let's go and do that across, right? This also just, you know, adds a little bit of that decoration aspect to just make it look much more prettier. It needs to be a bit more presentable than what it is currently. Okay, there we go. I'm just gonna put these short walls that act like fences so that we don't fall off if we are walking in outer space. So that's the barrier preventing us from falling to our demise, like literally. All right. Oh no. That's fine. No one is gonna see that anyways. All right. All right, I think we're done. So as you can see, this is already looking pretty good, right? Don't you guys think the same? I think this is already looking good with just the short fence that I've already added. Yeah, I think it's looking decent. What we can go and do next now is we need to build some sort of way to harness power. All right, so we need to harness the solar power. So I'm gonna add some solar structures. So solar panels, I think I'll add them. Yeah, this is perfect. We have a flat roof over here, so I'm just going to add maybe 2 solar panels so that when the sun comes back up, yeah, we have a way to harness that energy. Then we need somewhere to store that energy, so I'm gonna perhaps go and build a way, like, you know, a room where I'm just gonna chuck on my solar, like my batteries, right? So we need to build batteries. We need batteries. Let me see, can I chuck this? Yeah, no. So the way that I need to do is I need to extend this wall first all the way, sorry, this floor panel, extend it all the way down there, and then I'll need to also go pretty much through the building so that I can connect these walls, so these floor panels. And only after I've done this is when I'll be able to go and build that small, I just need this very small like storeroom, maybe here at the back, where we can store the batteries and some equipment, whatever. Let's just build everything using stone, right? Because that's like the most abundant resource that I have at the moment within outer space. Oh shit, I'm out of ferro dust, so let me, yeah, it's just a solid wall is good. Solid wall is good. All right, let's do that. Actually, I don't even think I need to build the wall to go all the way through. I think I can move this one right over here. Do I need to open it up for views? I think maybe I might want to open up this to create nice views over here. So what I'll do is I'll put the garage door over here, another one over here, so these ones will open up so that I can have a really beautiful view of that. Perhaps maybe we can build a small balcony here that we can go over to when we just want to, yeah, kick back in space. So let's just put on that balcony rail, and voila, we are pretty much done here. So the very last thing I need to do is to add some roofing over this. I wonder what kind of a roof should we put here. So, it doesn't need to be anything fancy. We are in outer space anyways, and of course I'm also out of ferrite dust. That's strange. All right, let's see what roof materials do I have. Okay, I've got carbon. Perfect. This is perfect. All right, I can build so many different roofing structures. Okay, let me build with this instead. Right, so to allow light, I'll build like that. Then we just need to close it off. Let's just close it off right there and right there, right there in the front and right there. Perfect. So now that's done. The next thing I might want to do is add a door right over here, right? And also maybe just also align this with the door. Is it even necessary? I don't think it's necessary. But I mean, I'm a perfectionist, so I might as well just do it. That means I might want to open up this, and then I'll need to extend this short wall all the way to the very end. So as you can see, guys, the base is actually coming together nicely. Ideas will start flowing once you start building the base itself. And yeah, it's an endless stream, it's an endless process, so we might need to cap ourselves. So I'm gonna stop myself right over there so I don't continue just doing this, and let's get to the interiors of this. Right, so we want to go and essentially, yeah, so now we've got a nice base. Actually, if you can look at it, this is already in outer space. That's my orbital base already done. So from here onwards is just adding some furniture inside. So I want to show you the other side that I'm also quite happy about, but to do that I'll need to chuck on another door right over here. Right, so where is that? Yeah, it's right here. So when you come out here, okay, I think what I need to do is actually just remove this wall right here and create a second garage door right over here. Okay, let's rotate that so it opens on the inside. I think it makes much more sense for it to open on the inside. So now if you come over here, it will then take you to this mini room that you have, and we've got a balcony over here. So I'm getting tempted now to just make this an actual nice living room, but I wanted to actually make this a room where I can be able to store batteries and like a workshop sort of. But yeah, it's fine, I can still do that. So let me just chuck on 2 batteries. Of course, batteries will need to be connected to the solar panels, so that's what I'm going to do now. So I'm going to run my electrical cables, and then I'm going to do something like run this to somewhere here, right over here, and then when you take on that lead cable, so it was right here, I'm going to extend it to the building. Cool. Then from this building, I'm going to extend that lead cable to somewhere around here, and then from here make another connection that will go straight to the roof. Okay, and then from the roof I'll connect it straight to the solar panel. There we go, we're connected. That means when the sun comes, you can see right now it's red because there's no sun. There we go, now I've connected these 2 solar panels. So when the sun comes, the power is going to run from this solar panel to this solar panel. This connector runs through the cable, and through that it will come straight to my batteries. So my batteries will be charged, and because over here the solar panels are being connected to the building. That means this is going to be powered. This building here is going to be powered. And by default, because I'm using these electronic rooms, that means if I power this corridor is going to carry power through around, and then I'm going to have power within this building as well. All right, I want to connect to this glass dome. I will just connect it like that. So that means this glass dome will also take power from this building. That means I have to do the same right over there. So everything is going to be powered up right when the sun comes, and actually power my batteries. So that means we'll do a follow-up video for this. For now, I'm happy with what I have, right? I'm happy with this. So yeah, sure. This is it, guys. You can feel free to just disconnect now, but before you go, if you enjoyed this base tour, if you like the idea, this best build tutorial, look at this. This is looking pretty cool, and read this in a few minutes. So if you like this, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Also leave a thumbs up on this video, and I'll see you guys in my next video. I think the next video is when we're gonna put some furniture, and we're gonna really make this base start to look, much more like a living area. So I'm gonna continue building this in the next video, but for now, I think this is it. So if you like this and you want to see more of my videos, please show some support. Hit the subscribe button, leave a thumbs up on this video, and I'll see you in the next video, all of you guys. Thank you for the support, and thank you to the 195 subscribers up to date. Thank you everybody, and I'll see you in the next video. Until then, stay safe.